Hi beauties, it's Jean Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper. And if you saw my Happy Mail unboxing yesterday, oh my gosh, I got one of the cutest envelopes, and it was a handmade envelope from Annie Hank, and it is just adorable. So I didn't know how in the heck she did that, but I got in touch with her and she told me, so I'm going to share that with you. And then I'm also going to share the envelope punch board because I forgot all about making my envelopes and I haven't done it for so long. So what we're going to do is you're going to use the envelope punch board by Stampin' Up. I also have some snail adhesive. You could use some tear tape if you'd like. I also have some of my Arteza acrylic paint. I have the Stampin' Up chalk marker. And I have some 12 by 12 designer series paper. This one is actually 4 envelopes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to choose a color here. We'll do pink. I love pink. So we'll do this pink color. And let's go ahead and get started. And what we're going to do is, my sheet of paper is a 12 by 12, but we need to put it at the right size to make the right size envelope. So what I do is I look here and see what card size I'm going to make. Then once I find the card size, then I go to the paper size. And then lastly, I go to the score line. So let me show you how easy it is to make your own envelope. I use the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is typically the size that I use for my cards. So knowing that, I go right over here and it says I need to have an 8 by 8 piece of paper. So I'm going to take my piece of paper and I am going to make it an 8 by 8. So I just take my Stampin' trimmer, and I know since it's 12 by 12, I use my math that I learned in school. And if I take 4 inches off of each side, save this for later because you can use that in a card, and take 4 inches off this side, I will end up with an 8 by 8 sheet of paper. So now that we have the 8 by 8 sheet, I bring the envelope punch board back. And the reason it's called a punch board is because it's got this little punch here. And I'll show you exactly what that's for. So I've decided it's going to be a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to be an 8 by 8 square sheet of paper. And then I look here and the score line says 3 1/2. So the first score line is right up here, and we're going to find it at 3 1/2. So I just start out and I line this up at 3 1/2. Once I line that right up, I'm going to punch. Then I'm going to take this little tool right out of here. I'm going to stick that tool right in this little divot and go right across. Then I don't have to measure up here anymore. I take this little score guide, which has a little tail there, and I take that score line and I put it right up against that little tail there. And I don't know if you could see it or not, but you just line it perfect up like that. Then you punch it again, stick this little guy in here, and go straight across. Now you have another score line. You're going to stick that score line right in there. See if you could see. I don't know. It's hard with the lighting. I could see it just fine, but I don't know if you guys can. So we've got that. We're going to punch it, take our little tool, and go straight across again. Turn it, do the same exact thing, lining it up, if you could see that, punching it, and then you put in your final score line. And that's it. You've got that. What we're wanting to do now is I'm going to round that corner. If you don't like to have that square edge, you can round your corners. It's So I'm going to round that one corner and look at how nice and round it is. So now we are done with this part. It's got that great little holder. And you just take these little pieces, and now we're going to just fold along those score lines. And you guys, we've made an envelope that quick, that easy, and we've got a nice little envelope. Now, for me, you can round this edge. You can make it go like this if you'd rather. I like to just take, just personal preference for me, I like to take and cut this nice and square, like that. So then you are going to, you can use one of two things. This is snail adhesive or tear tape. So I will show you both ways. You can take your snail adhesive and just go right along the edge there. You could also take your tear tape, again, going right along the edge there. And this tears really easy. No problem there. And then, with the tear tape, it is double-sided tape. So you could just take your little tool here and take that piece off of the top here. And it comes right off. So whichever way you like to do it, you'll see once I put this down, both ways hold up nicely. So now we've got that done. We can put our card right in there, no problem. You know how I do it backwards and put the card in for future use. But remember, now we have to see, how did this go on there? You guys, I thought it was a sticker. I could not figure it out. And once she told me, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. So all you're going to do is take your acrylic paint there and just take a nice soft brush, and we're going to go ahead and put that right on here. You can do it in an angle. That's what she did, so let's do that. You just go like this, and then the next line, and you just keep on until you get it the size that you want. And if you wanted to make it longer, you could do so. I mean, just however you feel like having it. And it is just super quick, super easy. And then, so we've got that. You could do it up here if you'd like as well. We will actually make a little return address because that'll be super cute too. This one I'll just do straight across. So there we go. And there it is. That was such a great tip, Annie. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And then let's finish it up because you could sit and wait for it to dry. If you have a heat tool, you could heat it up and dry it quickly if you'd like. I'm not going to. I'm just going to sit and wait for it to dry because I want to show you some other ones. So here's the one we just did, quick, easy, and then you can use your Stampin' chalk marker to color that in, and if you do that, it's going to come out like this. And I used a red acrylic on a green envelope, so that would be cute for Christmas. So isn't that cute? And then for Halloween, I made a different sized envelope, and with this one I just used a gel marker and put that on this nice little envelope here, which is a different size, and this one I put little claws on it and it says that this is going to the Munsters at 2323 Mockingbird Lane. So I thought that was really cute. And then this one was hers with that lovely leaves. And there's, I don't know, if you're like me, you probably have so much paper just laying around. So this is great. I will put a link down below if you wanted to order any of the tools that I've used in purchasing or in making these envelopes. So you guys, thank you so much, and make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, because you're going to want to see that cute little pumpkin DIY that I did tonight. Or I did it earlier, but it's posting tonight. All right, beauties, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.